like say, a nightmare that we had only thought happened in movies, science fiction. But we knew something like this could happen. We relied on the sensibility and the medical infrastructure to get everyone vaccinated. It's here, it's happening, and we're still not fully vaccinated. People will point out problems, concerns with the development of this vaccine. Well, let me tell you, there aren't any. When you look at the success rate, it's amazing. If we catch a Delta variant, despite being vaccinated, we can spread it to other people, but we won't be hospitalized if we get vaccinated. Like I said, at this point, I look at it, all of these hospitalizations are unnecessary. They're all preventable. Don't let this happen to your family or to you. Like I said, I don't have much more. Appreciate all the people who have come up here before me. Let me introduce the Mayor of Longview, Andy Mack.
Well, I think it's been clearly stated, and there's no reason to beat the dead horse, but our job as elected officials and as CEOs and as physicians and doctors and those that take care of you are to inform you. And that's what we're doing. We're giving you information for you to make an educated decision. Self-responsibility is what we're talking about today. The statistics / facts are very clear. But there will be those that don't believe those or will ignore those facts. And that's once again personal choice. But vaccination has proven to be effective. It's proven to be a way to counter this virus. It's proven to be a way to help prevent spread of the virus. So if you want to be vaccinated and you have not been vaccinated, it is very easy. It is free and it's available to anyone who wants it from 40 plus places in town. You can walk in and get it today. Those of you who choose not to be vaccinated, once again, that is your choice. But please be responsible in the choices that you make so that we do not infect others. If you feel sick, stay home. Don't go into public, don't go to work. You'll get tested. If you get tested and you are positive, then maintain your quarantine period so that you don't involuntarily or carelessly infect somebody else. That's all we can ask of you, is just to be responsible. Our job is to inform you, and that's what has been done by these professionals that have been up here before me. And now it's our job as citizens of Longview and Gregg County to do what we know is right, to help your citizens, your neighbors, your family, your friends, your coworkers. So to do that, it's just being respectful of their space and realize masks work. They've been proven to work. There are some that don't want to wear masks, and once again, that's your choice. We're not going to force you to wear them. But realize that they work. Social distancing has worked. Washing your hands has worked. All the things that we have done have worked. If we'll all do this more and more, it will be easier for us to combat this vaccine, because if the hospitals become overrun with COVID patients, they'll be forced to shut things down sequentially, starting with elective procedures and things like that we don't want to see happen, because we all need to have our procedures done and do the things that hospitals are supposed to do, and that's provide care. We can't allow them to be overwhelmed by our neglect. So let's do what is right, do the right thing, and we'll get through this, Longview. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for those who have spoken today, and this will conclude the press conference.
Again, you are watching a live press conference this afternoon from Longview, where they talked about a third wave of COVID that we're dealing with here in East Texas, and they're saying this could be a crisis in healthcare. And things were different than they were. When this happened, when we peaked in January and February, they were seeing 200 COVID patients a day, and right now we're at half of that at Good Shepherd. Their CEO and their ER doctors asking for nurses right now because they aren't getting the state funding. right now. So we will continue following tonight on CBS 19 News at 5, 6, and at 10. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is accused of sexually harassing 11 women, and now one of them is sharing her story in a CBS News exclusive interview. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is facing more fallout following a report from the state's attorney general that says he sexually harassed 11 women. State legislators are meeting to discuss their impeachment investigation into the Democrat, and one of his top aides has now resigned. Cuomo denies the allegations of misconduct, and one of his accusers, Brittany Commisso, identified in the AG's report as executive assistant number 1, spoke with Jerika Duncan in an exclusive interview with CBS This Morning and Albany Times Union newspaper.
I then felt, while taking the selfie, his hand go down my back onto my butt, and he started rubbing it.
In an exclusive interview with CBS This Morning and Albany's Times Union newspaper, Brittany Commisso, identified as executive assistant number 1 in the state attorney general's report, claims New York Governor Andrew Cuomo groped her twice, including once in November of 2020.
I could tell immediately when he hugged me, it was in probably the most sexually aggressive manner. It was then that I said, Governor, my words were, "You're going to get us in trouble." And when I said that, he walked over, shut the door so hard, came back to me, and that's when he put his hand up my blouse and cupped my breast over my bra.
This just did not happen.
The governor has denied all allegations of misconduct.
I never touched anyone inappropriately or made inappropriate sexual advances.
Commisso has filed a criminal complaint against the governor.
Why did you file that criminal complaint with the sheriff's office?
Because it was the right thing to do. The governor needs to be held accountable.
New York's legislators may hold the governor accountable. A committee meeting Monday is discussing whether there are grounds for impeachment.
The findings, the content of the report are deeply disturbing.
And while Cuomo has resisted calls to step down, his top aide, Melissa DeRosa, announced her resignation, saying the past 2 years had been emotionally and mentally trying. Jerika Duncan, CBS News, New York.
And you can see more of Jerika's interview on Paramount Plus and CBSNews.com.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope your day's been great so far. Thanks for sticking with us here at the Noon Show. I'm meteorologist Chandler Jordan out of the CBS 19 Weather Center. You'll notice that from time to time out of our Tyler cam as we head into the afternoon, a nice little shake in the camera, and you'll even look off in the distance and see the trees are blowing quite frequently, and the reason why. It's breezy out there, so just be prepared for that throughout the afternoon. Winds anywhere from 10 to 15. Towards the Metroplex, winds closer to 20. To spend any time outside, but area-wide, even Houston and Trinity that went into effect at 11 a.m. p.m. So it's going to be a very hot already, or feels like temperatures into the triple digits for some of us, especially through Deep East Texas, where it's feeling like 105 in Crockett right now, feeling like 105 in Center, 104 in San Augustine, mid and upper 90s elsewhere across the area. So just be prepared for that. If you do have to spend any time outside, I'd say just make sure you're drinking plenty of water. And unfortunately, outside of a stray shower or two that could go through Deep East Texas, many of us will stay dry the next several days, which means the heat and humidity is on. Triple-digit feels like temperatures expected all throughout the week this week. We could see a heat advisory issued for tomorrow. We'll be keeping an eye out on things, especially as we head into the afternoon. So just make sure you're drinking plenty of water, taking care of your body, limit your time outside. If you have to work outside, make sure you're taking frequent breaks, as well as make sure you have plenty of shade as well, or find some air conditioning. So hot and breezy, high temperatures will top out in the mid and upper 90s by the end of the day today. Upper 90s as well, so still super breezy out there. Just make sure you're again, preparing your body by drinking plenty of water. Upper 90s Wednesday into Thursday as well. The heat will continue to ramp on up. As we head into Friday, we could see an isolated shower or two. I think many of us will stay dry by the end of the day on Friday. And then as we head into the weekend, that's where shower and storm chances will start to increase. You see on Saturday as well as Sunday, both days we could see rounds of rain. And luckily, it looks like that could bring some cooler temperatures to the area, Dana. But again, just want to make sure you're taking care of your body, drinking plenty of water for the next couple of afternoons.
Yeah, you got to be careful out there. Remember, we'll have updated coverage from those news conferences on the latest on the coronavirus situation here in East Texas. We hope you have a good one. Do be safe out there. See you tonight at 5.